Hello everyone, today I am here to continue our part of social and health education part number 2, which is in continuance with the part number 1. In part number 1 we have discussed about the carbohydrate, protein and fats. In this part we will discuss about the vitamins, which is a part of micronutrients. So let us start with the vitamins. Vitamins are essential compounds which are required in a very small amounts, okay. They fall in micronutrients, okay, means which is required in small quantities. Now vitamin don't yield energy, but enable the body to use other nutrients, okay. So they are required for other functionings. Since the body is generally unable to synthesize them, that is why they are essential. We need it in our food, okay. Now vitamins are divided into two classes, okay. One is the fat soluble vitamins, another is fat insoluble, okay. So we can see here vitamins are divided into two groups. One is the fat soluble vitamins and second category is fat insoluble, or we can say water soluble vitamins, okay. In fat soluble we have A, D, E and K. So we will put A, D, E and K, whereas a fat insoluble or water soluble vitamins will put all of the vitamin B group, okay, and vitamin C. This is the intro part of the vitamins. Now why vitamins are essential, what are the deficiencies? So we can see there are vitamins like vitamin B, these all are vitamin B group, okay. So vitamin B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9 and B12, okay, they all are under vitamin B group, yes. Then another is the vitamin C, which is called as ascorbic acid, vitamin D which is a calciferol, vitamin E, tocopherol, these are some common names of these vitamins. Then vitamin K, phyloquinone. Now if they are deficient in our body, so what are the disorders we will see? With vitamin A, which is known as a retinol, okay. So retinol is essential for our vision, okay. Their deficiency will lead to the blindness. So we should know which vitamins are essential for which of the functions, like vitamin B1 which is commonly known as thiamine, okay, and its deficiency leads to beriberi. Whereas a riboflavin vitamin B1 B2 which is causing if it is deficient in body, it can cause the condition called erythroplavinosis, okay. Then vitamin B3 which is commonly known as niacin, okay, it is essential for the skin, okay. So if there is a deficiency of niacin, what will happen? There will be pellagra, okay. Then pantothenic acid B5, its deficiency is causing paresthesia, okay. There will be ischemic attacks, there will be multiple sclerosis in the body. Pyridoxine, it is a very essential vitamin involved in many of the enzymatic reactions. So this pyridoxine is, its deficiency is causing anemia, okay. Then biotin, similarly biotin, its deficiency is causing dermatitis, okay. There are many skin preparations, means formulations are there in which biotin is added, which is recommended to the patients. Then is a folic acid which is very essential. Now it is causing megaloblastic anemia, immature RBCs will form, okay, due to the deficiency of folic acid. Similarly there is a vitamin B12 cyanocobalamin, it is causing, its deficiency is causing pernicious anemia, okay. There are many formulations according to the requisite of the patients we are providing it. Then vitamin C ascorbic acid which is causing, the deficiency is causing scurvy. Similarly vitamin D calciferol which is essential for our growth of bone. So there would be deficiency would lead to the weakening of the bones, which is called as rickets, okay. Similarly we have a vitamin E which is known as tocopherols, okay, they have the antioxidant property. So it is also essential for proper production of the RBCs, proper functioning of the RBCs. So there will be lead of a hemolytic anemia also, okay. Vitamin K which is known as a phyloquinone, okay, it has property of coagulation. So its deficiency leads to bleeding, diastasis, okay. So, they are required in our body for proper functioning. If it is deficient, these conditions can happen. So, we should know what are the deficiency disorders of each of the vitamins, what are the common names of these vitamins. Now, coming to the recommended daily requirement. See, this is important from social health, okay. We should know what should be the daily recommended dose. So, this is recommended daily requirement. Now, vitamin A, we require it in a 600 mcg retinol, okay. Similarly, with vitamin B1, 0.5 mg per 100 kilocalorie of energy intake. Whatever energy we are taking, in 1000 of kilocalorie, we need 0.5 mg, okay. Similarly, for vitamin B2, we can see it is same, yes, similar as vitamin B1. Vitamin B3, it is near more, you can see it is nearly 6.6 mg. Whereas vitamin B5, it is 10 mg, vitamin B6, it is a daily requirement, vitamin B6 2 mg, B9 100 mg, B1 to 1 mcg, vitamin D we require in IU, international units, okay, which is equivalent to 2.5 micrograms of calciferol, okay. Then vitamin E is required in 0.8 mg and vitamin K is required in 0.03 mg per kg, okay. Now, coming to the retinol, okay. This retinol means we are talking about the vitamin A, okay. Vitamin A is deficient in children, that is why there are many problems we have seen of child blindness, okay. And with the vitamin A also, we have one program the government has launched under the NIS, National Immunization Schedule, okay. So, we will see it later, what are the requirements and how the dosages are given in National Immunization Schedule. Here we have some groups for the vitamin A, what should be given. So, there is a group of adults, then is infants and children and adults, okay, adolescents. Now, we can see in adults there is a man, women, pregnant and lactation. For pregnancy and lactation, you can see it is higher than the normal in normal category, means man and the women. So, it is higher by 250, okay. We have added in this, we have added 250. So, it is nearly 850 in pregnancy, whereas lactation it is required nearly 900, okay. Similarly, for infants, of course, the low dose will be required as according to the size also or the age, and children we can see what is the amount of retinol mcg given. In adolescents, it is nearly same as adults, okay. Now, what I was telling you about the National Immunization Schedule, NIS, okay. Under the NIS, we have one program of providing vitamin A, okay, to the childrens, okay, and for how many years we are providing? It is up to 5 years, okay, 5 years of age. Now, see, first dose is provided at 9 months of age, okay, which is 1 lakh international units, okay, and this is provided with the measles vaccination. In children's, we are giving many of the vaccination like polio vaccination, measles vaccination, okay, BCG vaccination. So, with measles vaccination, vitamin A dose is given, this formulation. After that, we will increase the dose by more 1 lakh. So, that is calculated equivalent to the 2 lakh international units every 6 months thereafter, okay. So, we will provide it at 18 months of age, then we will provide 24, 30, 36, 62 and 48, 54 till to the 5 years of age, okay. So, this is total will provide 17 lakh international units till to the 5 years of age, okay. This vitamin A is administered with a 2 ml of spoon, in which 1 lakh IU is per ml of the spoon, okay. So, this is the concentration we are providing. So, we should also know about the concentration of vitamin K which is recommended. Now, what are the problems which are associated with vitamin A deficiency, okay. So, there is a one condition called as xerophthalmia, okay. This is the dryness of eye. In common terms, we can say dryness of eye, Okay. First clinical symptoms and first clinical sign and first clinical symptoms. There is a difference, you can see. The first clinical sign is the conjunctival xerosis. Okay, means there is a dryness in eye which can be very easily seen. So, it has a this conjunctival xerosis in xerophthalmia has a characteristic appearance of emerging like sandbanks. So, that dryness can be seen. Okay. Then first clinical symptoms. So, symptom is a night blindness emergency. Okay. The person will ultimately will go on a stage where the vision will be disturbed at the night. So, that is called as a night blindness emergency. Okay. Now, there are other conditions also associated with vitamin A deficiency such as a Bitot spots. Okay. There are some spots we can see on the eyes. So, that is a triangular shape. Okay. That triangular shape, purely white or yellowish foamy spots are formed, okay, on the conjunctiva. So, this is also one of the deficiency of vitamin A, in that we can see this Bitot spots. Then there is a corneal xerosis, corneal dryness, okay, cornea will dry. There is a one condition called keratomalacia, which is called as liquefaction of cornea. Okay. So, these are some of the conditions which are associated with vitamin A deficiency, and there is some prevalence, means how much percentage of population is suffering from these of the problems. On that basis we have decided at which programs to launch. Okay. So, see, extraocular manifestations of vitamin A deficiency, which is, this is the extraocular. Okay, means if we are means apart of the eyes, what are the other manifestations? So, follicular hyperkeratosis, anorexia will be there, growth retardation in the people, in the children or whosoever is affected with it. Okay. So, these are some of the conditions you can see with the vitamin A deficiency. There could be the night blindness, there could be Bitot scale, triangle foamy shaped scale, there could be dryness of the cornea, cornea ulceration can be there, and keratomalacia would be there. Okay. Corneal ulcers are formed, and serum retinol concentration, means we will check the retinol levels in the blood. Okay. So, this will also show what are the vitamin A levels in the person's blood. Okay. So, retinol level. Now, these are the prevalence. If a percentage of population is more than 1% for the night blindness, okay, these are some of the prevalence we have decided. Bitot spots more than 0.5%, corneal xerosis more than 0.01%, corneal ulcer more than 0.05%, and serum retinol more than 5%. Then that is called as prevalence criteria for determining the xerophthalmia problem. Then we will declare, yes, the population is suffering from xerophthalmia. Yes. So, we should also know the prevalence criteria of these problems. Okay, what are their values? How will decide the population is suffering from xerophthalmia or vitamin A deficiency or not? Okay. Then what are the programs after that? If we will come on a one conclusion that yes, the population is suffering from the xerophthalmia or vitamin A deficiency, on that basis we have some programs we can launch. That is a WHO recommended strategy. Okay, World Health Organization provided some points. So, one is the short term action, another is a long term action. For short term action, what we can do? We can fortify the foods. Okay, there are some foods like with ghee, we can add some vitamin A in it. Whatever the daily people are consuming the foods, on those foods we can add the vitamins which are deficient in a population. So, that is called as a fortification of certain foods. This is called short term action. Okay. In the short term actions we can do this strategy. In the long term action, what we will do? Will promote the lifestyle, okay, healthy diet, because for the long term we cannot give the medications. For the long term we need healthy diet, we need to promote the healthy diet in the population. Okay. So, that is where written like green leafy vegetables, okay, we can promote this, promotion of breastfeeding for long as it could be, and we can also provide some environmental health promotion, immunization in the children, I told you under the NIS program, National Immunization Schedule. Okay. Then after that, see, these are the dosage which is given to these groups. Okay, these are the vitamin A prophylaxis. Okay, with a xerophthalmia problem. If a population is suffering, then what will do? The children who are less than 12 months age, means 1 year age, will give 1 lakh, okay, international units once every 4 to 6 months. For children who are more than 12 months, will provide 2 lakh international units, okay, and once every 4 to 6 months. In newborn, will provide 50,000 international units at birth. Okay, so these points we should note. Then women who are suffering with vitamin A deficiency will provide 3 lakh international units, okay, within 1 month of the delivery, so that baby will not suffer. Then pregnancy and lactation. So we have two ranges we can see here. Either we can provide 5,000 every day, or we can give 20,000 international units once every week. Okay, so we should need to note about these vitamin A prophylaxis. After that, there is a vitamin B3. Okay, this is the next vitamin which is in the vitamin B group. Now, vitamin B3 is known as niacin, and its deficiency leads to pellagra. Okay, in pellagra, what would happen? There are 4 Ds. Okay, these symptoms will find in the patients. Okay, so what are the 4 Ds? 4D. Okay, diarrhea, dementia means confusion, death, and dermatitis. So skin inflammation will be also there. So these all of the features we will find in the patients. There are skin rashes in the pellagra. Okay, and they are pigmented. There are color discoloration of the skin. Scales will be on that area. Okay, if the person is exposed to the sunlight, and there is a very characteristic feature which is known as a Castle necklace. Castle's necklace. Okay, this is a characteristic feature of these vitamin B3 deficiency. What will happen in this? There is a necklace formation. There is a dyspigmented necklace will formed. Okay, in this neck area. Okay, that is called as a Castle's necklace. Now, the population who are more prone to suffer with this vitamin B3 deficiency, the population who is eating this maize or jowar. Okay, because in maize and jowar, vitamin B3 is deficient. Okay, this vitamin is present in a low quantity. Okay, limiting amino acid present in this maize, the population which is eating is a tryptophan. Okay, so now this tryptophan is required for the vitamin B3 formulation or production. Okay, so that is why the population is suffering. The population who is eating this maize and jowar, they are suffering from this vitamin B3 deficiency. Now, 60 mg of tryptophan will convert to niacin. This I was telling to you. Okay. Now, see, there is another vitamin, vitamin B9, which is known as folic acid. Okay. Now, folic acid, for the folic acid, similarly we have a program for children's as well as for the pregnant women's. Okay, because this is required in the pregnant women. How much quantity will provide in a children or in a pregnant women in a deficient condition? Okay, so we'll provide the folic acid. We can see an adult tablet of IFA. Okay, this folic acid, iron folic acid tablet, which is containing the 100 mg of iron and 500 micrograms of folic acid. Okay, this is given in pregnancy for at least more than 3 months. Whereas pediatric population means for the children's will provide that is divided by 5, means the division will take it 5. So, the dose required is 20 mg elemental iron, whereas 100 microgram of folic acid. Okay, this is also will give at the time of deficiency for more than 3 months. So, these are the dosage recommendations which is provided in the deficient condition of iron and folic acid. Okay. Now, we will see what is the daily intake, okay, intake per day folic acid. So, for healthy adults, the daily intake should be 200 micrograms. For pregnancy, it is, you can see it is plus 300 in healthy adults. Okay. Then lactation, we can see we require 300 micrograms. In children, it is less, of course, due to the age or the size. So, 100 micrograms. Now coming to the iron status evaluation. So how we'll check the levels of iron in the patient. So there are some of the tests we can go. Yes. So see, what are the tests? First is the hemoglobin concentration. So HB levels can be checked. Then we can go for the iron concentration. Okay. So in this we'll check the iron levels. Then there is ferritin stores. Okay. So serum ferritin levels can be checked. Iron is stored in the form of ferritin. So this is also one of the sensitive tool for the evaluation of iron status. Okay. So these stores can be checked. What are these levels? Then other tests like transferrin. Transferrin is one of the enzymes we are checking in the blood. This enzyme is essential for the transfer of the iron from one place to the another place where it is required for all of the cells. Okay. So this enzyme levels we can check. The normal value is 30%. So these all of the levels we can check for the iron status evaluation. Now these are some of the normal levels. This we should know, like for the adult males what should be the levels of HB, okay, hemoglobin gram per deciliter, or MCHC, mean corpuscular hemoglobin volume. Okay. So in each of the RBC, what is the percentage of hemoglobin present in each cell? So that is also here 34. Okay. And adult females and non-pregnant, what should be the HB levels? It is 12. MCHC is 34. Similarly, we can see for the pregnant. Pregnant we can find here the levels go low. That's why we need the iron folic acid tablets. Okay. So we can see the levels here 11 for the children and 6 months to 6 years, 6 to 14 years. Okay. So levels we can see from this table. These are the ideal values. Now coming to the iron, National Iron Plus initiative. This is one of the government initiative. Government has taken this initiative to provide the iron folic acid supplementation. Okay. In this they are providing the iron plus folic acid tablets. Okay. This is provided in pediatric population, in pregnancy, okay, and children's also. So the importance is to bringing together existing programs, iron folic acid supplementation for pregnant and lactating women, and we have added the children's who are in the age group of 6 to 60 months, means up to 5 years of age. Okay. So this is one of the government initiative, okay, National Iron Plus initiative. Now coming to the other supplements like fluorine. So fluorine is also required for the body. What is the ideal concentration? 0.5 to 0.8 mg per liter. Okay. And this fluorine we are taking in the drinking water. Okay. Now see, in the temperate countries where water intake is low, so the optimum level of fluorides in the drinking water accepted is, we can see 1 to 2 mg per liter. Okay. Major source of fluorine which is a person is taking is through the water only. Now if we are taking more of the fluorine, so this we can see, we are taking, if the levels are more than 1.5 ppm, means 1.5 mg per liter. At that time what will happen? There will be a situation called dental fluorosis. So discoloration of the teeth, that is mottling. Okay. Then there is a situation called 3 to 6 mg per liter. At that time there will be impact on the bones, so skeletal fluorosis. There is a situation when the levels are more than 10 mg per liter. At that time what will happen? Crippling fluorosis. The person is not able to do daily activities. So daily activities are impacted here. Okay. Now coming to the dental fluorosis, this occurs when the excess fluoride is ingested. Okay. I told you what happens in this. Years of tooth calcification, discoloration of the teeth. Okay. It occurs when we will take 1 mg per liter intake. Okay. And this is also known as mottling, this dental fluorosis. Okay. And this is seen on the upper jaw, incisors of the upper jaw. This area is affected, okay, on the teeth. Now coming to Nalgonda technique. So how will remove this fluorine, okay, from the water? So we have one technique which is provided by this institute, National Environmental Engineering Research Institute. Okay, this is important here, Nagpur. This institute is in Nagpur, and this institute has given one technique, defluoridation of the water. Okay, how we can do the defluoridation, how we can remove the fluorine. So, we can use the lime, we can use alum, bleaching powder. Okay, flocculation is also one technique. Then sedimentation we can do, okay, by making the flocks of the fluorine. Okay, and when these flocks will form, what will happen? There will be, means the size will be more, the particles will be heavy, they will ultimately sediment. So, there will be a situation called sedimentation. When they will sediment, we will filter it. Okay. So, these are some of the steps we can go for to defluorify the water. So, household level of defluoridation, how we can use it in a household. So, these are some of the chemicals we can go for. So, Nalgonda technique we can use, then alumini, this aluminum salts we can use, phosphate salts we can use, okay, for the defluoridation of water. Next supplement is iodine we are requiring. Okay. Now, this iodine is requiring in 150 microgram per day. Okay. This is some of the levels we can see for preschool children, how much it is required, 90 micrograms. For school children 120, adults 150 microgram, pregnancy 250 micrograms. Okay. Now, we will see what will be the deficiency. So, see, we have to avoid the deficiency, we have done iodized, we have prepared iodized salt. This is under also one of the program. Okay. Iodized salt we have prepared, and iodinization of salt is most widely prophylactic measures we have used for the mass population. Okay. This is used against the prevention of goitre. Okay. So, if there is a deficiency of iodine, there will be goitre, we required it. So, in iodized salt, what will what we have done is, we have prepared a salt and we have added iodine in it. Okay. Similarly, we have double fortified salt. So, we will see what is double fortified after in some of the slides. Level of, see, according to the Prevention of Food and Adulteration Act 1954, okay, there are some points we did. So, level of iodinization in the salt, what should be the levels of iodine in the salt? 30 ppm at production level and 15 ppm at consumer level. Okay. Moisture content should be less than 6, and a sodium chloride concentration should be more than 96% by weight. Okay. So, this is one of the criteria we have taken care for production of these salts, okay, while preparing the iodized salts. Now, double fortified salts means we have this formula is given by one of the institute called National Institute of Nutrition, which is in Hyderabad. Okay. In double fortified salts, they have prepared a salt, means sodium chloride is there, and then we have add iodine. In iodine we have added iron. Okay. So, these are two nutrients we have added, one is the iodine, another is the iron. So, this thing we can do for the population who is suffering from the iron as well as iodine. Okay. So, DFS means double fortified salt, which is providing 40 microgram of iodine plus 1 mg of iron, okay, per gram of the salt. Now, for this means how will provide this formulation, iodized salt or double fortified salts, how will decided that we should implement in it on the population. So, there are some of the surveys we did, district IDD Goitre survey. Okay. So, this survey was done on the 6 to 12 years of age, and we have taken 30 villages in it. Okay. In that we have taken 90 children. Okay. In 30 villages we have taken 90 children. In 90 children we have 45 boys and 45 girls. Okay. And then we have collected salt sample collection. Okay. From the house to house we have taken 5th child selected, and earlier steps for the Goitre survey. Then sample selection for urinary iodine excretion. So, we have checked the urinary samples for iodine. Okay. In that urine we have checked, yes, the child is suffering from the iodine deficiency or not. Okay. Now, see the goitre. So, deficiency of iodine lead to the goitre. Okay. Now, goitre are classified into 3 grades. Here we can see grade 0, grade 1 and grade 2. They are the 3 grades. Okay. Now, grade 0 means we cannot see any inflammation. So, no palpable or no visible goiter. Okay. The patient is suffering from the iodine deficiency, but there is no inflammation. In the grade 1, what will happen? There is a mass formation we can see, but that mass, which the mass cannot move. Okay. That is palpable but not visible. Okay. So, moves up in the neck as one swallow. So, if someone will eat, there will be changes in the mass we can find. Okay. In grade 2, what will happen? There will be a swelling in the neck that is visible, and that is visible when the neck is normal. Okay. So, if a person is not eating even, we can find it very easily, the goiter, the mass. Okay. So, this is under the grade 2. Now, see what are the criteria and indicators for IDD control and elimination. Okay. So, these are the criteria, means iodine deficiency disorder. So, what is the elimination criteria? What is our goal? We want population with enlarged goiter, enlarged thyroid in the age group of 6 to 12 years. The goal is less than 5% population. Okay. The population who is suffering from iodine deficiency and the urine levels, urinary iodine levels below 100 microgram per liter, that should be less than 50%. Okay. The population who has the iodine excretion less than 50 microgram per liter, so it is less than 20%, whereas the population of houses who are consuming and adequately taking the iodized salts or fortified iodized salts, they should be more than 90%. So, this is more important here. So, whatever the programs the government is launching, it is actually we are providing it to house. Okay. These are some of the indicators. So, indicators for epidemiological assessment of iodine deficiency. Okay. What will check? Will check the goiter, will check the cretinism, will check the will check the urine iodine excretion. Okay. What are the other impacts with the iodine deficiency? So, we will check the thyroid function. Okay. So, we will check TSH levels, T3, T4 levels. Okay. And in the children's also, we will check the neonatal hypothyroidism. So, patients, not patients here, they are the newborns. Okay. So, newborns who are suffering with the iodine deficiency, their prevalence will check. Okay. Epidemiological criteria. So, population is suffering with the severity of iodine deficiency disorders. What is the goiter rate? How many are in a grade 1? How many are in grade 2? Okay. Median urinary iodine excretion, how many are less than 100 mcg, okay, and how many are less than 50 mcg, okay, the concentration of the iodine in the urine. Then thyroid volume by the ultrasound method, okay, what is the salt iodine content. So, these are the some of the criteria we have. Then criteria for sustainable elimination of IDD. Okay. In this, similarly, the programs we are launching, they are sustained for in the population or not. Okay. So, we will check time to time, we will check all of these things like urine iodine excretion, then what is the iodinization, we will take the sample and we will check on the production level and the consumer level, what is the percentage we are providing in the salts. So, thank you so much everyone. I hope this is clear to all of you. Meet in our next session.